So this question came up last week about faded rubbers on the Wildtrak. Just thought I'd share with you guys, this is a year old now. I've had this for December last year, so 12 months obviously. Anyway, I just thought I'd show you. I've been using this. Well, I've just used it for the first time. I used it on this side the other day. I've just given this a fresh wash. This has just been washed. It's got the paint protection, so I'm using that, I don't know, whatever Burnford gave me from Kedron. Anyway, I'm going to give this another hit now on this side, but this has been done the other day before a wash. I cleaned this and then gave it a little hit. You can see it's done a little bit. I'm going to give it another go and I'll show you guys again. So I'm noticing that this is going to be the general difference. If you can see that windscreen wiper in comparison to that one, this one is much blacker than that faded windscreen wiper. And also that little corner detail, that little bit of plastic in the corner there, that is much blacker than what it was a second ago than this one. So this one hasn't been touched yet. Really makes a difference. I've even done the mirror shroud, this black plastic under the mirror. I'm going to wipe away any residue that gets on the paint, that metallic paint, but the rest of that black plastic looks really black. I'm going to go give it a buff yet, probably getting into the tiny little corners that I've missed like that, but you can see the difference there from this black to that previously sort of faded plastic. That whole windscreen wiper's faded compared to that one just there. So that's after a fresh wash. The directions are like polish for this stuff. It says to just wipe it on, let it soak in, and then wipe it off with a clean, dry microfiber towel or something similar. And it's working amazingly well, and you can actually see the bits that haven't soaked in quite well, like in here. So I'm gonna have to just thicken that up and just let it sit for a bit. It's also in the sun. It's really hot right now. Fucking summer. Anyway, those windscreen wipers have come up absolutely black as anything though. Fresh. That's metal actually. That's not even steel. That's like a powder coated, that's not plastic. That's like powder coated steel. This part here and this arm as well. But it's come up and a treat. Little plastic end that's come up black as anything. I didn't really touch the wiper blade itself. I'll give it another hit. Any spots that I've missed, but it's noticeable, the spots that you've missed. So this is all super black again. And actually, the spot that I was talking about right here, you'd never even notice that was faded now. Good as new. That's the stuff. When in Rome, right? I just sort of got ahead of myself and kept going, but there's a lot of plastic in this engine bay, so I thought, stuff it. I've got a rag out anyway, doing plastics, and it's still drenched with this stuff because it says to apply it liberally. So I just kind of went hell for leather and just went every corner of this while it was still clean and did all the external plastics. I thought, stuff it, I'm just going to go and wipe all the dust off this, and it's come up an absolute treat. That was all dusty and faded, and like those windscreen wipers look brand spanking new now. Yeah, it's all in vain. I'm literally going camping in a week's time, so I'm gonna have to do this again. But I'm glad that I've got the chance to use it and see how it goes, and that I get the chance to show you guys too. Like that's black now. That's really nice finish. That actually leaves a residue that can protect the whole surface, which is obviously what it's for. But anyway, yeah. There you go, guys. I've done these plastics up the top here as well, next to the Rhino rack. I did the roll track as well. These plastics look particularly important to keep a protective coating on because they look like the sort of plastic. You can see it's shimmering in the light a little. I'd say that's the sort of plastic that corrodes really easily, like when you see old fiberglass boats that have just turned to shit. That's the sort of plastic that it looks like, unfortunately. As good as the mountaintop roll tracks are, that little bit of plastic on the end could probably just do with a bit of improving, in my personal opinion, but I think a bit of this stuff will keep it living pretty well. And I did that handlebar as well. Handlebar. You can probably go ahead and do your side steps and your rear trim as well. I didn't do any of this. I'm probably going to have to now that I've wiped that. Anyway, yeah. Good luck, guys. Fresh wash. Oh, she's looking shiny now. I just wanted to show you guys. Compare this to the start of the video, because that, I think, is a world of difference. It ain't perfect. It's not brand new. I'll do it again when I get back from camping in a couple of weeks' time and give it another detail and try it again. Again, this is a 12-month-old vehicle and I have not done it on it yet. So I've barely washed this thing maybe, I don't know, 3 times in 12 months. And it's parked outside a lot. Only recently have we cleaned the garage out so I can start parking in the garage. So just a bit of a description of how often this thing's parked outside. Southeast Queensland, the sun is scorching hot here and it does fade. But I think those trims have come up super black. They actually match the tinting almost now. Love it. That's the stuff.